Proteins act as the building blocks of lean tissue in our bodies, and they also serve many important roles in our physiology, such as immune function and regulation. Protein intake is a highly debated topic in the area of health and fitness. One of the main focal points for not only my strength and conditioning athletes, but corporate clients as well, is getting optimal daily protein intake to boost performance. But this is all dependent on the type of activity they perform. The varying types of training, such as endurance, resistance, and intense strength training, all have their different protein needs. Sports and athletic training increase the body's demand for protein, with the current recommendation for daily intake requirements by the FDA being 0.8 grams per kilogram a day, too low for the athletic population, but would work for the sedentary, non-training population. A study in the Journal of Applied Physiology looked at multiple protein intakes, of which 0.8 grams per kilogram a day showed it would be near peak physiological levels for the sedentary population, but that's not us. Optimal protein intake for endurance training appears to be 1.2 grams per kilogram a day. A study from the Journal of Applied Physiology on protein requirements. Endurance athletes also looked at 3 different intakes, 0.6 grams per kilogram, 0.8 grams per kilogram, and 1.2 grams per kilogram a day, with all the athletes in the study showing a negative protein balance of 0.6 grams per kilogram. More than half were in negative balance at the 0.8, which is the RDI, and 11 of the 12 showing positive balance at the 1.2 grams per kilogram. With the conclusion of the study being optimal protein intake for endurance athletes being 1.26 grams per kilogram a day, which is 57% higher than the recommendation for daily intake at 0.8 grams per kilogram. Resistance training requires even more protein intake than endurance. A study from the Journal of Applied Physiology looked at 0.85 grams per kilogram, 1.4 grams per kilogram, and 2.4 grams per kilogram, with the research showing optimal increase in muscle mass and body fat loss at 1.4 grams per kilogram, with real no difference in the study from 2.4 to the 1.4, showing the increase of protein intake was just oxidized or eliminated. A study in the International Society of Sports Nutrition showed that even higher protein intakes of 4.4 compared to 2.0 grams per kilogram showed no real difference either. So the 1.4 to 2.0 grams per kilogram a day might be the optimal range within those 2 studies. Now that we know that the 0.8 grams per kilogram a day is much too low for athletes, where do we start? So if you're doing running, rowing, biking, any type of endurance training as your primary focus, 1.2 grams per kilogram of protein a day should be your baseline to support mass and performance. For the resistance trained or strength trained or weightlifting athlete, you would want to start somewhere between 1.4 grams to 2.0 grams a day, with the possibility of even going higher than the 2.0 grams per day, as the study in International Society of Sports Nutrition didn't have any true difference in the type of training frequency or volume or increase in intensity. So if you're training often, you're training hard, you're training with lots of sets and repetition, you may want to increase your protein intake higher to have a more beneficial supportive effect on that. Thank you.